We've got carbs. We're going to find out here together right now how much food I'm actually eating. Make this peak go really, really well. Really, really well. Good morning and welcome to peak week. We are 7 days out from my first ever bodybuilding show and peak week has begun. Sit back, relax, enjoy the next 7 days as we come in and land the physique and show you every step of the way to my first bodybuilding show and stepping on stage for the first time next weekend. Before we go any further, drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, lads. We're in for some week. Let's go. We are 7 days out. I couldn't do it to you, lads. We've got carbs. This is meal number 1 of peak week. 7 days out, and we've got carbs for breakfast on a rest day. Lad. I am absolutely starving after the morning, so meal 1 is about to go in, and then we're going to go through the peak week plan. This is 150 gram of chicken, 60 gram of raw weight jasmine rice. We've got 75 grams of pineapple. Veg stays the same. We've got our ketchup, our mustard on top then as well. And I'm about to absolutely devour it. I am starving. It is a little bit later than it should be. Oh, we are back. We are back, lads. I had to do it. I couldn't do it to you. I had to pick up a new Osmo to make life easier for myself and to make the quality of these peak week videos, these full days over the next 7 days leading into show 1, the best that I possibly can for you. So if that isn't something to stay tuned, because I wasn't happy with the quality, you know, simple as I was not happy with the quality, and I'm not putting videos out here that I'm not happy with the quality of, but nonetheless, it is peak week and I've got the laptop here. I am going to run you straight through the plan of action, provisional plan of action, because that's what the peak week is going to be. From Keane this morning, we checked in and then I took myself into town. Firstly, did a sauna, did a couple of steps. I did 12 minutes of steps in TBB Kuna while I was watching the video from Keane. So we're currently sat at 12:30 in the day at 6,600 steps. And we'll run through how many steps I need to do for the day. So kind of ahead of myself, which is a nice feeling at the end of the day. Also, the weather is absolutely unreal. It is absolutely roasting. So that's why I've got no top on. And we're just after that chicken and rice meal number 1, like at 12 o'clock. This is how we're looking. But before we get into anything, this is how we were looking this morning at 7 days out. Sleep, not great. All right, the last 3 days of sleep have not been the best, lads. I'm not going to lie. Struggling to go to sleep first and foremost, even like with taking melatonin now and everything over the last while, you know, like for whatever reason, like even though the body is so tired, like it just like struggles to get to sleep, which is a little bit weird. And then I'm waking up super early. So this morning it was 5 o'clock, I was awake and I just couldn't get back to sleep. Like some days I can get back to sleep. So I was up a little bit earlier. The weight was, you know, about an hour earlier, but we were actually up a little bit on the scales today. We were actually back up a little bit on the scales today, which I'm not complaining about. I never want to be that weight again that we were yesterday, which was 85.2 or 65.2 yesterday. We weighed in this morning at 65.7, so 0.5 heavier. Only other thing with that is all the talk about digestion that I do. Digestion wasn't like, it was grand. Like it felt like my stomach and everything was completely empty yesterday, which is not a bad sign at this point in time. You know, like we don't want to be bloated. We want digestion to be in a good spot. Like all meals going down, absolutely lovely. But I just didn't move that much compared to what I had been moving, you know, over the last couple of weeks. But hopefully today now we will move that little bit more again. So woke up, it is, no, not 12:30 now. 1:30 now, I should say. I was thinking, like, I didn't eat meal 1 half an hour ago. But how are we feeling first and foremost? Feel good, man. Like, again, like over the last couple of days, you know, the first couple hours of the day, like I feel exceptional, like I'm boom, 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 boom. But then, you know, as the day goes along and as food goes in and everything like that, you start to like get a little bit tired, you know, that kind of way. And like just doing the simplest of things, hanging up the washing there, Like I haven't done any cardio today, you know, I haven't done any walking pad steps or anything like that. Steps obviously on the treadmill this morning, which was grand inside, but I haven't done any like direct steps. And after meal one was just moving around for digestion, just doing bits and bobs, cleaning up, hanging out a wash, bringing in a wash, all that stuff. Like it's the hardest thing for me, as I've said, is just that energy, you know, and I cannot wait to get that back in me. And I'm hoping that we start getting that back into us now over the next couple of days, you know, and start freshening ourselves up. So that would be the plan of action from, I suppose, what you could say we've got going on here in the next number of days. So Cian sent over the peak week plan of action. Now, nothing special, lads. As you see, food is going up that little bit more. We had today being a rest day. I just did a sauna. The sauna was lovely. 15-minute sauna this morning after TBB. Make use of the facilities in there because they were unreal. If you're anywhere in Ireland, really, lads, it's a spot to check out. It really, really is. Like, it's a bloody lovely place. You know, it's bougie. And the sauna in there is absolutely unreal as well. I have to admit, the sauna is a very, very good sauna. And they do also have like a recovery pod there as well that you can use, which has infrared sauna and then ice tub as well. But yeah, went in there because I had to go into town anyway to collect this bad boy. So I was like, yeah. Then I went to Lidl, got my couple of bits that I needed. Nothing major, we'll talk about it now. And we'll go through the food. And that landed us back at home then for before 12, and then got meal one straight into me, which was the chicken, rice, pineapple, veg, as always, as I said. I won't do a full day of eating today because the video would just be absolutely crazy, but I'll run you through what the food is. We're going to find out here together right now how much food I'm actually eating. I haven't done it, I haven't opened it, but I'm going to show you for this week, for myself, you know, out of interest, how much food we're actually going to be eating on a daily basis and where food's at now today, being 7 days out and everything like that. So let me get a toke here because pineapple ice. God, I love my pineapple. The amount of times I say pineapple on this channel, I love my pineapple ice. From a man who was literally just menthol across the board. Like the latter weeks of prep, I've been really enjoying the flavours. So yeah, we woke up there this morning, no cardio. Cian has we have for like photo shoots, any clients going through peak weeks, we have the peak week plans. So let me pull up my own peak week plan here and we'll run through everything. It's all exciting stuff, lads, isn't it? So peak week protocol. All right, and we'll run in here. Now everything is going to be on a daily basis, so I'm going to be checking in on a daily basis, okay? So today is Saturday the 21st of June. It's a rest day, so I just did the sauna this morning and then showed you obviously how we were looking, sitting at 65.7 kilos, which is mental. Now this is the thing that I'm going to struggle with the most, lads, and I'm struggling with it already. You know, the way I was talking about water intake, salt, and I love my salt, and I drink a lot of fluids and everything like that, which I'm going to take a little sup of now, which is fine, you know, and it's just, it is what it is. I'm going to struggle, especially with the temperature and everything like that. So it's just about being very cautious on terms of my water intake, the amount of fluids I'm taking in every single day. So we'll just have to play that by ear. Hopefully it's not going to be too little water. Like I was going to bed thirsty enough last night now because I was pulling it back. Like I was, to be fair, doing 8 grams of pink salt, right? This is what I was doing. I was doing 8 grams of pink salt, 4 grams of low salt. Cian just wanted kind of 8 grams of sodium, 8 grams of salt across the board. So that's what I have now today. Weighed out is just 8 grams of salt and then 6 litres of water. 6 litres of fluids total, you know, like that's including my coffee, my Monster, the cream of rice water. So cream of rice water has come down now as well, which is going to make a beautiful cream of rice. And what we're having today, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, lads, you saw the new cream of rices. We had the Conte white chocolate hazelnut. Today we've got the Biscoff. They're sat there behind me. I didn't have HydroFlow this morning. Kind of like just don't want to mess it up. Like I'm probably going to have it in the morning as a little treat. I will have the HydroFlow that I got, or the one that Sam got me. But the one that I got does sound nice. Lemon raspberry crush or something like that. But we've got the Biscoff cream of rice to try, sitting in the fridge. And we're going to have that. And it's a big enough portion. It's a big enough portion. So steps pull down to 12k. And then cardio at 0. So no cardio again this morning, and steps down from yesterday at 14k, to 12k. And then supplementation as normal, PEDs as normal. Everything else then that I'm taking is just as normal. And then just fasted check-in this morning. Tomorrow then we will have training. So tomorrow is going to be the first training session of prep, and we'll run through everything that's going on there, because we're going to be checking in daily. It's the beauty of these videos. Onto the food. So the situation with the food. I'm going to pull up the food here. I haven't pulled up the food in a long time, lads. All right, let's open it up. Okay. You know what? It's actually a little bit more than I thought in my head. I wasn't 100% sure. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Okay, we'll run through it. All right. 203 grams of protein. So protein has actually come down a small little bit from where it was at. Okay, I don't even know where it was at, to be honest with you. So this is day 1 of peak week, the macros and the calories. Okay, take into account I am 65.7 kilos. Yesterday we were 65.2 kilos. The food, lads, isn't going to be anything crazy. This week is going to be like, again, finding the best look. You know, Keane said this morning, you know, we're ready in terms of fat loss. Again, maybe there could be more fat loss gone off, but like, look how much muscle I have on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have to be realistic here. And as I was talking about the skin situation, like, you know, a bit of that realistically, like, is probably a good bit of excess skin. And my abs aren't great. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a great set of abs. It's all stuff that we're going to have to go away and build now in the gaining phase, which is just super, super exciting. Like, building a really good set of abs. Legs, chest. Me and Dan were actually talking about it last night. She was like, you need to work on your legs, your abs, your chest, your glutes. She's always telling me I need to work on my glutes. So many different things. But meal, I'm getting sidetracked here. So 203 grams of protein, 300 grams of carbs, and 44 grams of fat. That brings us to 2,409 calories, and that is going to be spread across 6 meals. Now, meal 1 should have gone in a bit earlier, but I was just busy. I had to do my bits in town, had to get that sorted, come home, stress-free. We'll get the rest of the meals in, no issue. Tomorrow will be a different situation, and the layout of the meals will actually be a little bit different for the first time in a very long time. So yeah, 203 protein, 300 carb, 44 fat, 2,409 calories. Basically, that's protein coming down a small little bit, carbs and fats also going up a little bit, like Keane did say today as well. Like, our fat has been super, super low for a very long time, so it's just going to be linearly probably pushing in food now here and just seeing what brings the best look. Trying to pull water off that little bit more. Like, from me having that extra salt, from me taking in so much water, was making us probably, you know, and still is, hold on to that little bit of water weight as well. So we just want to, you know, get that off to bring the very best look come Saturday. And the beauty of it is Keane can push things, Keane can pull things back, as long as I just nail it across the board. I am interested to see, I suppose you could say, how hunger levels go as the more and more food I eat over the next, you know, day now, you know, like today's food. The creamy is also still in place, because I was talking to Dan last night when I was eating. I was like, Keane's going to pull the creamy now. I wonder when he'll pull the creamy. When he does, no issues there. Like, you've seen how my appetite all up until now has been. So it will be interesting to see this week now how it is. Do you know, that kind of way? But that's where we kind of land. Today's a rest day. Food going in that little bit higher. I'm going to enjoy the meals. We've got big bowl of cream of rice. We've had our chicken salad. We're going to have our mince. We're going to have our egg whites and omelette with the addition of rice cakes and peanut butter. Any bit of peanut butter, lad, I will take that. We've got our chicken and rice later, and then we've got our creamy later on. So we actually still do kind of have one no carb meal, which is the creamy. So 5 meals with carbs, 1 meal, the creamy with no carbs. And again, lads, I do 5 creamies across the day. No issues at all. No carbs, you know, it's all part of the mind. But hopefully this will fuel us up nicely. We'll be feeling good, you know, and we'll see where energy levels are at kind of as the day goes along. You know, it's only 1:30 right now, and I'm going to probably, you know, just start dipping off as the day goes and just make sure, get the meals in on time, nothing goes too late. Even though I've pushed over the last like 2 weeks food back like that little bit further, because it just like has been digesting like that. we just want to kind of replicate now, especially tomorrow being the first training session, kind of replicate my day, especially pre-workout, kind of what the day is going to look like for when I step on stage on Saturday. Now, nothing ever typically goes as planned, but we're just going to have to see. You know, that kind of way, we're just going to have to see. I know these videos are long, but I'm just going to put out what I want to put out now over the next 7 days, lads. I'm going to get all of this on here, out here to you, and we're going to go through the full experience across the board. So we're going to check back in probably at meal number 2 or 3. I'm not too sure where it'll be, if it'll be ready or not, because it was made late. I wasn't sure what food was going to be like today, so I didn't know quantities, so I only made the cream of rice when I got home. But we're going to check back in for a Biscoff cream of rice, a taste test. And I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you that much. I'm looking forward to it. What the day kind of looks like for me, obviously, I've been up since 5 o'clock. I have a lot of work done. That is the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. And we're just going to keep going with it. We're going to keep going with it, but just not get overwhelmed. You know, once I get my like bang, 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 bang phase out the way in the day, I just like having that, because then I can kind of just chill that little bit more and just not be stressed out, and then just be on top of it with the meals, getting everything in, just making sure like work is boxed off as good as possible, because tomorrow I want to make sure I don't really have a huge amount of work to do, because I just want to focus on, you know, having the day there around training, just la-di-da-di-da. But as always, there's always something to be done. There's always something to be done. And the busier I am now over the next week in terms of doing the setups, the inquiries are still coming through, which I'm forever grateful for. And again, it just keeps me busy, keeps my mind occupied, not sitting there just thinking, you've your work done now for the day, lad. Ooh, what are you going to be thinking about? You know, that kind of way. Anyway, I'm rambling here, lads. I'm rambling. I should probably be moving about, getting some steps in. But we only have 12k to do today, and I'm on 6,685. So we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. Dan will be home soon enough, which will be absolutely lovely. You know, I do spend a good bit of time, I suppose, on my own, you could say. And when she comes in that door after work every day, it's just like for a couple of minutes, you know, that kind of way. But she'll tell you herself, like, even in the last number of days, in the last week, even though I was like, I am kind of very present and like just chilled, but like I'm like bang, bang, bang with my routine, you know, that kind of way, to try and keep like stress as low as possible. It's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing. Like, it's just weird across the board. Like the way the head goes and everything like that is absolutely mental. Do you know, it really, really is. But yeah, that's where we sit. At 7 days out, that's how we're looking. That's how much we weigh. That's where food's at for the day. And we're going to enjoy it, man. We're going to sit back and enjoy it. You know, I could sit here and ramble on, and it's something we will do multiple times over the next 7 days. But I'll check back in with you once I've work completed and we're having a big dirty bowl of cream of rice, and I will be enjoying it, I tell you that much. Potentially could enjoy it outside, but then I wouldn't have my YouTube. But the weather, oh. And you know what's another funny thing as well, lads? I was talking to one of the lads, Jamie was asking me, you know, about being cold and everything throughout the prep. My first photo shoot prep, I was freezing. Do you know, I was absolutely freezing, like, for a lot of the prep. This prep, haven't really experienced that at all. You know, the coldness when you get leaner, and it's been weird. I know obviously the weather and everything, but usually the weather wouldn't even affect it. Like, as you get leaner, you know, as body fat comes down, you just be cold anyway. This time, I haven't experienced it, and it's been weird. You know, that kind of way. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Just having this and being able to just document the way I want to document, like we've been doing all along, is unreal, because the phone did not cut it, lads. It did not cut it. And I appreciate anyone who did continue watching the videos as we go along. And I appreciate every single person who is messaging and just supporting this prep as we've gone through it, because you don't realize it. You know what I mean? A message, a simple message, can make your day. And it does that a lot for me when I see a message coming through, and you get emotional on prep. You get emotional, I'll tell you that much. God. The squad in Australia grows, lads. Onboarding video getting sent out to my man Steve over in Australia. Oh, round 2 of rice. Charred. 150 grams of charred mince, but that looks unreal. Current situation on the cream of rice, lads. Compared to what I had been doing, like the consistency, that is going to be thick. That is going to be thick because I've pulled down the volume of water that I've been doing and making it like more normal now. That is going to be beautiful in a little bit. I'm going to put this in as meal number 3. Look at that can of ultraviolet eyeing me up. That is going to go down, I reckon. I wonder when, you know, he'll tell me monsters now, like, for the like, I don't know. That stuff maybe come out, like, who knows? That's the beauty, that's all ahead of us. Being back on this camera is unbelievable. The ease, I must tell you, is so much better, and it's going to make for so much more good content over the next number of days. But I think a real thing for us, lads, will be when like veg and stuff starts getting pulled down. Like, I got my lettuce and everything there right now, but my kimchi, my sauerkraut, like if kimchi and sauerkraut stayed in, like we'd be fairly sound. But obviously the lettuce is like the bulk of like the meal, you know what I mean? Obviously we've got our rice and everything in there now, but like the lettuce volumizes it all, do you know? I don't know. I'm going to go enjoy my mince, my rice, my pineapple, and then we'll be back. We'll be back. Another wash hung out, setup done. A little bit more on the laptop, like pretty much wrapped up for the day now in terms of what needs to be done. Danielle will almost be home, and we are on. She might have just driven in 7,600 steps. So that means we have 4,500 left, and that feels unreal because I know I'm just going to get that done from pottering around. Can you tell me why it's this hour in the day and you are only eating your breakfast that I made you this morning?
Because I've been working, David. You don't get time to eat when you have nails after nails after nails.
You don't get time to eat.
One girl gets up off the chair and another girl sits in the chair. Don't get time.
You get out of bed when you're supposed to have your first girl.
No, I don't. I get out of bed like half an hour before.
Half an hour? I don't know that. That's how quick the weather changes in Ireland, lads. How sick is that, like? How sick is that? But we're 7 days out and I'm here with the boss and life is good, isn't it, Danielle? At the end of the day, it's fine.
It's fucking...
I know you're tired, girl, but all is good. You're looking skinny, like, and everyone at work is telling her that she is falling away to nothing. That's my coaching there for you. That's my coaching. And my meals for you. Alright, we are back. We've got the Conte Sports Biscoff, okay, cream of rice, and we've gone for sweet and salty sludge today, lads. Sweet and salty sludge. Get the sludge on here now. Nice watery sludge to make it go that little bit further, because we've got a nice thick cream of rice plus the drizzler, boys. Well, I don't know, like I wasn't doing peanut butter for the longest time, just doing dark chocolate as my fat source at the end of the day and the creamy, but we've had a nice bit of peanut butter today. When the fats get added, the drizzler comes out to play. That's what we have, boys, the finished product. This is like my spot. This is where I sit down, and I got a laptop here, TV behind me. Danielle will be over there. I've got my cup of tea. I've also reduced the size of my cup of tea. It's coming down a small little bit, but we're looking at, I know I said 6 litres of water earlier, but it would be like 7 total, I'm pretty sure, with the 8 gram of salt today. So clean the palate, and we're going to give the Conte Sports Biscoff cream of rice. We've got raspberries, blueberries, drizzler peanut butter, got our salt and cinnamon on there. A taste test. This is a thick one. This is the thickest bowl of cream of rice I have had in years. It's not like Biscoff, lads. But just get cream rice on its own. It's like a strong toffee kind of flavour. Anyway, it is bloody delicious. That is what the consistency is saying. A lot less watery than what you would have seen me having recently. We're going to sit back. We're both absolutely wrecked. Enjoy this. Steps are at 10k. We're staying put for the rest of the day, getting the meals in. It's a good day. Getting fueled up. Hopefully we'll have a better night's sleep tonight. I'm going to get fueled up for push tomorrow morning, nice and early. And we've got my man Mikey on the screen. He is also full day of eating, cabin up, 9 days out. Probably eating a lot more food than me, lad. I'll tell you that much. Bad habit, lads. A bad habit that I do not recommend to anyone. Finishing outside, just like we started the video this morning. It is roasting inside. Like, the temperature is roasting. Can you imagine if I was freezing cold? But just after dinner, and we'll have the creamy in a little bit as well. Just trying to, you know, make sure timings and everything are bang on and make this peak go really, really well. Really, really well. I didn't show you all the meals. You saw a good few meals today, to be fair. And tomorrow, I think we're in for push. I think we're going to run through, like, you know, a proper day, 6 days out of like training, eating, the full rundown, and we'll take you through it between the training session, get some clips on here, and the meals, all the meals as well, which, to be fair, will probably be very similar to what we had today. My omelette meal that I usually have, lads, had some additional carbs that I haven't had in a very long time, so be excited to see that tomorrow, which I am looking forward to showing you, of course. And then my dinner, same as normal, just a little touch up as well. Today, you know, it went really well. You know, I am definitely tired. I'm excited to freshen up. That's the big thing. I'm just going to go in and actually hit around the posing now, to be fair. Hit around the posing. The posing endurance, like, it just needs work. And that's why I'm saying I want to be fresh. But the posing just needs, like, work, you know what I mean, from myself. And it's all ahead of us. Like, it's our first prep for the stage. It's our first peak week, and I'm buzzing to take you through the whole thing. It's all new to me, so I'm going to show you what it's like for a first timer going through peak week for the first time. Finally, I'm not too sure how long today's video was, but that has been the peak week plan of action so far, and we are kicking off peak week 7 days out, and we will be 6 days out as of tomorrow, and I'm going to take you through it all. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, drop the video a like. Comment down below now if there is anything specific you want to see, lads. Like, anything, absolutely anything. If you don't want to comment, send me a message, because there's plenty of people on here who've been sending me messages, supporting, and as I said, it does not go unnoticed. I put out on here what I want to put out, and if you are watching it, I appreciate you, and if you get something from it, I appreciate you, because we're out here having a good time, man. A good time. Hunger levels as well, lads, not there, just normal, even with the extra bit of food going in, you know, like the extra rice and everything going in throughout the day, all good. Extra fats as well went in there today. Damn good, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to enjoy my creamy, because it's going to be one of the last creamies before the show. More than likely that will probably come out. Water, you know what, not too bad at the end of the day when you're just keeping an eye on it. Salt, same thing again. You know, I probably was just overdoing it a little bit in terms of that, so be interesting to see what we look like checking in tomorrow, to be honest. It could be good, it could be bad. We might have to pull back, we might have to push forward, but that's going to be exciting. I hope this video wasn't too long. I hope it didn't bore you. If you're doing cardio, I hope it got you through the session. My cardio is out as of right now. It probably will go back in after show number 1. If we get there, all we're aiming for is getting to show number 1 right now, lads. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am rambling. I am just out here taking in a breather, enjoying it. And we'll see you right back here again tomorrow morning for 6 days out.